Good morning, students. Today, let me discuss the fifth important element, that is industry. So, speaking about the industry, actually, the business is going to cover two important elements. One is industry, and another one is the commerce. Both will come under the head called as the business itself. And so as to have the discussion on the chart showing business activities, actually we are supposed to have a discussion on industry as well as the another one component is the commerce. Today let me have discussion on industry, and this is the flowchart of the industry, and each and every element are going to be discussed one by one. The first basic element is, what is an industry? Industry means conversion of raw materials into the finished products, or conversion of semi-finished products into the finished products. Those are so called as an industry. Best example can be cotton industry. Best example can be electronic industry. Those can be best example for the industry. And if you see the process to be prevailed in those industries, you can rightly say that what all activities are going to be engaged by those industries. They are going to convert the raw material into the finished products, or they are going to convert the semi-finished products into the finished products. Those are so called as an industry. And we are going to do the classification of industry into three important categories. One is primary industry, another one is the secondary industry, third one is the tertiary industry. So speaking about the primary industry, the name itself suggests that primary industries are nothing but the industries which are engaged in extraction of natural resources. Because in the environment, the mother earth, actually it is going to involve abundant natural resources. You can see all those natural resources above as well as the beneath the earth. And this kind of a primary industries are going to extract all those natural resources. Those industries are so called as the primary industries. Best example can be mining industries. Best example can be farming industries. If you see them, what all activities are going to be engaged by them? Whatever the natural resources which are available, those are going to be rightly been extracted by this kind of an industry. That is why they are so called as the primary industry. And in that primary industry, you will find two types of industries. One is extractive industry, another one is the genetic industry. Extractive in the sense, they are also do the same thing. Extractive industries are those industries which are going to extract the natural resources. That is one thing. And second thing is that products of these industries are going to be converted into useful products by the manufacturing industries. That is second thing. And third thing is that they are going to supply some basic raw material of natural environment. Those are so called as the extractive industries. Best example can be farming, mining, Fishing industry can be best example for the extractive industry. And apart from that, one more industry in the primary industry is the genetic industry. What genetic industries are going to do? They are going to engage themselves in the breeding of plants and the animals for their use in further reproduction. The name itself suggests that genetic. Genetic means the process of breeding of what? Plants as well as the animals, so that they are used in further reproduction. Those are so called as the genetic industry. Best example can be seeds nursery, fishing hatchery, poultry farms can be best example for genetic industry. That is the first type of industry. And second type of industry is the secondary industry. The name also suggests that they are secondary work they are going to do. Secondary work in the sense, whatever the products which have been produced by the primary industries are going to be converted into the finished products by secondary industry. And in that secondary industry, there are two important types. One is manufacturing industries. Manufacturing industries in the sense, they are going to involve several stages of manufacturing, several stages of production by the manufacturing activities. Those are so called as the manufacturing industries. Best example can be sugar industries. And in that manufacturing industries, there are four important types. One is the analytical industries. Analytical industries are going to analyze. Analyzing in the sense, they are going to separate different ingredients from the same product. Best example can be oil refinery. If you see the oil refinery, just by digging the oil from the oil wells, they are going to get the crude oil, kerosene, diesel, petrol, ethanol. Like this, different ingredients are going to be analyzed, separated. That is why oil refinery industry can be best example for the analytical industry. And next one is the synthetical industries. Synthetical industries in the sense, they are going to synthesize. Synthesize in the sense, they are going to combine different ingredients so as to produce the one new product. Best example can be cement industry. And next thing is that the processing industries. Processing industries in the sense, they are going to involve series of stages of production by involving some series of processing activities. Best example can be sugar industries. If you see the sugar industries, there are several stages have been involved, and all those stages are involving some sort of the processing activities. Take the example of the sugar industry. First, what is the process? The process is the cutting. Then next process is the crushing. And third thing is the purification. And fourth thing is the heating. Like that, different series of processes are involved in this kind of industries. Likely the final product called as the sugar is going to be manufactured. Paper industry is also best example for the processing industries. And next thing is the assembling industries. Assembling in the sense, they are going to assemble, and different components are going to be assembled so as to produce a one new product. Best example can be computer assembling. Best example can be automobiles assembling. Best example can be car assembling. Because by involving different components and spare parts, the car is going to be manufactured. Here, the different components are going to be assembled so as to produce a new product. That is so called as the assembling industries. Those will come under the manufacturing industries. One is the analytical, synthetic, processing, assembling, and another type under the second industry is the construction industries. The name itself suggests that these industries are involved themselves in the construction of roads, dams, bridges, canal, tunnel, etc. Those can be best example for the construction industries. These will fall under the secondary industries, and last thing will be the tertiary industries. First is the primary, second one is the secondary, and third one is the tertiary industries. What is the meaning of tertiary? They will act as a supplement. They will act as the support to the primary industries as well as the secondary industries. Those are so called as the tertiary industries. Best example can be transportation industry. Best example can be warehousing facilities. Best example can be banking facilities. Insurance facilities will fall under the head of tertiary industries. So this is the broad elements which have been covered under the head called as the industry. So the business is going to involve first important head, that is the industry. Second important head is called as the commerce. And today whatever the discussion that I made, that is with respect to the fifth point, that is industry only, and sixth point can be discussed on the another important element of business activity, that is about the commerce, and you can see the next slide for the discussion. With this I am going to conclude my discussion. Thank you.